The Fighting Wolf. White Fang ran away from Beauty Smith several times. Each time Beauty Smith beat him. At last he beat White Fang until the dog could not stand, and then tied him up with a chain. White Fang thought that all men were gods, and he knew that Beauty Smith was a mad god. Beauty Smith kept White Fang on the chain in a pen behind the fort. When he discovered that White Fang hated people to laugh at him, he used to torment him and then laugh at him. White Fang had always been a dangerous dog. Now he was a fiend. He hated the chain. He hated the men that looked at him over the pen, and he hated the dogs that came and growled at him, but whom he could not touch. He hated the very wood of which the pen was made, but most of all, he hated Beauty Smith. Beauty Smith was teaching White Fang, teaching him to be a fiend. One day he came into the pen with a stick in his hand and took the chain off his neck. When his master went out, White Fang began to race round the pen and growl at the men outside. His anger was terrible to see. Suddenly, the door of the pen opened again. A dog was pushed in. It was a mastiff, and White Fang had never seen such a dog before. It was a huge dog, bigger even than White Fang, but that did not worry him. It was a real, live dog. He jumped, his teeth flashed, and he tore the flesh of the mastiff's shoulder. The mastiff shook his head and ran at White Fang. White Fang kept jumping out of the mastiff's way and then jumping back at him with his teeth bared. The mastiff could not catch him, but White Fang was there all the time, tearing and biting the big mastiff. There was no hope for the mastiff. He was too heavy and too slow. When Beauty Smith beat White Fang back with a stick and the mastiff's master pulled him out of the pen, money was paid to Beauty Smith. White Fang began to earn money for his master. Every day after this, there were fights. White Fang liked them. They were an outlet for his hatred. He always won his fights and won money for Beauty Smith. One day he fought 3 dogs. Another day, a full-grown wolf, fresh from the forest, was caught and put into the pen to fight him. On another day he fought 2 dogs at once and killed them both, although he was half killed himself. White Fang became famous as the Fighting Wolf. Then Beauty Smith took him on a steamer to Dawson. He was kept in a cage on the steamer, and men came to see him in his cage. He only growled at them, for he hated them all. He did not know why he should not hate them. He only knew hatred. He knew nothing of love. Men stared at him, poked sticks into the cage to make him growl, and then laughed at him. These men were making him fiercer than nature ever made a wolf. In Dawson, he was still kept in the cage. He was tormented day and night, so that he was always in a rage. Men paid gold just to see him. White Fang was kept in a rage all the time. Gradually, he became fiercer and fiercer, until men said that he was the fiercest animal alive. He was still used as a fighting dog. In Dawson, his fights were nearly all at night, in the forest a long way from the town. Beauty Smith was afraid of the police, and the fights were kept secret. White Fang always killed the dogs he fought. He was quicker than any other dog. He never stopped to growl and walk round his enemy. As soon as he saw him, He jumped and knocked him off his feet. He knew more tricks than all the other dogs put together. Soon there were no dogs left to fight him. Beauty Smith was forced to get wolves for him. The Indians caught wolves in the forest, and White Fang was made to fight them. Once an Indian caught a full-grown lynx. This was White Fang's hardest fight, but he killed the lynx. After this, there was no other animal to fight, and he stayed in his cage until a man named Tim Keenan brought a bulldog to Dawson. This was the first bulldog in the Klondike area, and he was certain to meet White Fang. For several weeks, many people in the town talked of the future fight between the fighting wolf and the bulldog.